You're being recorded by the U.S. government.
But Winston doesn't even use like Venmo or anything because the government. We're playing poker and it's like $20 buy-in. He's like, government. I'll go to the bank right now and give you cash. I'm like, no, just download Venmo.
That's one of the few things where people even
I'm trying to pull it up on my phone. I don't think I can. Script. Actually, can someone email it to me on my personal address?
Which one?
Either, I guess both. Choose yours.
I'll email mine, Gene.
Did you upload anything to the drive?
What's your but
Eric, ERIK 105042 at Gmail.
Excuses.
105042.
Which Jackson?
Want to text me?
That's not good.
Okay.
I sent you mine. Let me know if you got
Dope.
I sent
You do that. Your hands more muscular.
one.
That thumb muscle going.
So shut up.
long thumb. I'm insecure on my thumbs.
What a weird thing to be insecure.
Man, about everything you need to be, but you could be insecure about your like thumbs is.
My thumbs are long.
Let me see your phone.
You
You just look like normal ass thumbs.
Gabby
If
always
anything,
said,
you got baby thumbs.
Gabby always said that long. People like,
I think those were pretty.
thank you guys.
Yeah.
Stop it. You make me feel better. Myself.
I do have very thin fingers.
Me too. And then long.
You look like you have large hands.
I do have large fingers.
Stop big hands. You have next size 13 Nikes.
I'm actually a men's size 6, so no.
Really?
Funny feet.
It's crazy.
What size shoes do you have?
10.
On a good day.
Oh, these are 10. I can't fit into 9.
What about you?
Yeah.
But like when you like range from
10 after what?
10.
My brother has like 14 feet. Got big feet.
Big old
How tall is
feet.
he?
Like 6'1" or something.
I thought you said 6'6". Probably no wonder.
His dad is 6'6".
Whoa,
He's
wait.
huge.
All right. Yeah. I was 6'6". I had fucking subway feet.
Yeah.
Does anyone else here use Letterbox?
Yeah.
Let me follow you guys. I'm still waiting for to get in my email. So
Cool. You're right.
I
My
saw
letterbox is secret. I don't talk about my letterbox, but if you want to follow my letterbox, shit.
I think I found you already.
What the fuck? What?
it's Jude Charles.
What's my bio?
Wait, what's yours?
Oh, this you found mine.
There you
Oh,
go.
I was talking to Jude.
Mine is
This is me. It's JUDE.
I followed it. Yeah.
mine's Jacob Whitehead all together, with an extra D at the end.
Double D.
Double D.
No space, just all Jacob Whitehead.
Wait, what accents on here?
Just search. How many guys I feel like you're searching a movie?
Okay.
But like change the filter to like members or
Members.
Nice.
Oh geez Louise, guys. Geez. Damn, we have 82 followers.
Yeah, bro, you're blowing up.
Yes, sir.
Uncut Gems. Blade Runner. Dude. Like the modern movies. I respect it.
Well, I did have
like
bicycle thieves up there, but I stopped liking it. I'm like trying to change up my favorites.
Gotta stay with the times.
You know what? I have a defense about that shit.
I just offended
and a lot of people, they're always like, you know what? We gotta watch old movies. I feel like it should be backwards. People nowadays, the reason why they like movies is because the new ones. I'm inspired by newer movies.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey,
Exactly.
cinema's for like.
Exactly. Like no one's like,
long
let's watch this 1936 French film. It's like,
No.
I like these
God,
movies. That's why I think it should be backwards. classes should watch newer movies because everyone's like, oh, I love like Dunkirk. Oh, I love like La La Land. I love like all these modern films. And then afterwards, you watch the movies that kind of like inspired those movies that like kind of like created the foundation instead of building up because then it's kind of like what the fuck, kind of like
Yeah,
you know.
I gotcha.
I think it should change the form, guys. All right.
it's like I watched Ex Machina after playing the game that was inspired by it, and that was much better.
Inspired from the game?
Detroit Become Human.
That's what Ex Machina was inspired off of.
No, Ex Machina inspired that.
Oh.
Ex Machina.
I'm like, I thought Ex Machina was original. I got nervous there. I was like, no.
No, yeah.
Cool. Now we're all friends on Letterboxd, guys.
Yippee!
What's your favorite old movie? One of your favorites.
Define old.
Anything.
Well, that's what makes it unique.
I think anything. What's up, Mitch? Anything that's like before 75.
I don't
I play
know
that's fair. I
if
play
I've
that's
seen
fair.
anything before.
So Star Wars is not.
Star Wars came out in 77. Correct.
Jeez.
I mean, Star Wars it's pretty like Mitch. What would you consider an old movie?
It's cut off.
Like what? Yeah, because you can be like, oh, 95 is an old movie.
Anything before 75 is an old movie.
That's what I just said.
Okay, I don't.
Boom.
Old.
There's the
If
Godfather. Godfather
I've never seen
71 or
this.
72.
Citizen Kane.
What?
If you like,
Citizen
Citizen Kane.
You're a film major.
I'm a film
You
minor.
see-
Oh,
Get it
true.
right.
True.
Okay,
you're
have
right.
you
I
seen
can't-
Citizen
I
Kane?
can't use
Like,
that.
okay, you could see Citizen Kane, but did you actually watch Citizen Kane?
All right.
I didn't do either.
Mitch, what did you feel
I'll
about
look it
it?
up right
What about Citizen Kane?
1941.
If you say
Trash.
Citizen Kane is the best movie you've ever seen, you're lying.
I saw The Children's Hour with Audrey Hepburn.
Ooh, that is a good movie.
I like Roman Holiday.
I know Roman
Have
Holiday
you
as
seen
well.
Wizard of Oz?
I've seen
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Roman
That
Holiday's
movie,
good.
I feel like, is a must watch.
Bicycle Thieves.
Have you seen
Mid.
Psycho?
What? I love Bicycle Thieves.
Hot take, mid.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I
400
saw some of
blows.
it.
Pretty good.
Yes. I think 400
I'll
blows is
put
better than the
Thieves
bicycle.
being mid as hot
All
take. I think
Quiet
that's
on the
valid.
Western Front, the
What about
original.
Rand? Have you seen Rand?
So much better. The original All Quiet on the Western Front, so much better.
Have you seen Rand?
Mm-mm.
When did that came out like the 80s though, didn't it? That was like later. That one later. One of the
It's
later
just so
ones.
damn hot in here.
Yeah, 85.
I know, I got the shitty room, my bad, guys.
Musha.
I saw dude's message at like 10 at night. I was like, well,
Thank you for getting
Yeah, sure,
in
dude.
all of your
Sorry,
forms.
dude.
Simply.
okay, I did it right. I just want to make
Yes.
sure.
Whoa,
Because you
whoa,
should
this
see
is
what
okay.
these kids
You
do.
gotta wait too much.
One kid just
Oh, okay.
copied it,
Well,
put his
you
name
can
at the
have
top,
this.
and sent it back. And I was like, I'm
Dude.
gonna need you to fill out.
Oh
all of
my
that.
God.
Yeah.
Should we text?
Holy
Jackson,
shit.
or-
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not
I'm
one of
gonna
those
show it all.
kids.
Does anybody have Jackson?
Mitchell does.
I do, but I don't feel like texting him again. It's like
I don't
twice
think
already.
he's showing up.
It might be like, hey yo,
This is our last
We
meeting.
have
No, we
one
have
more.
one on May 1st.
just
And then
tell him
that's
that.
it.
Do it. You would tell him so he freaks out.
Yeah, you're so right.
It's our last meeting. If you don't show up to this one, you don't get any credit.
I mean, basically.
Anybody write their script in the foreign language?
I sure could try, but it will not go.
Holy
well.
shit.
I'll put that
language do you-
Japanese, a little bit.
And Poquito.
I'm in 102 right now.
Yeah,
What's the
script?
Japanese? Say one. You could do bicycle thieves, but you know. You were still right in town.
Have you heard about Martin Scorsese's next film?
Flowers of
Oh, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
No, it's 4 hours. They just clocked it at 4 hours.
Holy shit.
Count me in, baby.
I
Nah.
want to know what I'm counted in for is Bo is Afraid. Oh my
I've heard
god.
people are really divided on that.
Yeah,
I've
some
seen
people love it,
give
some
like
people hate it.
zeros.
I've heard that
3 hours.
you're supposed to hate it.
No. It's supposed to look like shit.
Like Mario. Guys are supposed to be bad, trust me.
3 hours long. It's showing at Harkins on Thursday because that's when the release is. What else? Oh, Bo's Afraid. Count me in. Barbie. Count me in. Asteroid City. Count me in.
Count me out.
I saw the trailer
I don't like
for
Wes
it.
Anderson.
Such a contrarian.
I feel like that's a way to describe that.
What else is there?
I feel like it's like it looks like visually it looks good, but like I feel like his stories are so weird. And I just don't like it. I'm just like Wes Anderson.
I think that Wes Anderson is so far up Wes Anderson's
Yeah.
own ass that it's like at this point
It's
his
self-aware.
movies are like I have to make a Wes Anderson movie.
I guess.
You know what I mean? And it's
I like
Yeah.
Fantastic Mr. Fox though. I
Great.
think that's his best.
I think Grand Budapest Hotel is his best. I'll
That's
put
a
Fantastic
fantastic
Mr. Fox #2, but like
Grand Budapest is so
One with the
His
kids.
new film's
Boy
Meteor
Scouts.
City.
Asteroid City.
Yeah.
Asteroid City.
that one's
looks
like out
good.
there.
It's just I feel like he's stopped getting new inspiration and developing his style and has just said, "Oh, this is my style now and this is what I do."
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, that's like we're just gonna stick
mean-
with that. Like we don't and yes, it's great. I love Wes Anderson, don't get me wrong. But maybe we try something a little different, bud. Like maybe we don't pretend that we're French like for like a week and see what happens. Dude's from Texas, like yeah. What else is coming out? I haven't seen the new Mario. Supposed to be badass.
I saw one.
I thought the animation was so good.
I
The
heard-
story.
Oh, dude, it was
Favorite
like
thing.
did you watch?
Oh, but I also
Yeah.
think that's
Okay,
like
Eric, I saw that on Edibles, right? Okay. You know the scene, like the commercial where the girl's like, my boxer clog. I was laughing for like a an hour. I just thought it was like a straight up sexual innuendo and like clogging the pipes and like the plumber. Like I was just
The movie had some funny bits. I like
Bowser singing Peaches.
yeah. I like the cars. And that's about it.
what else?
I remember a lot of it, but you remember that?
I was like with my parents, but I went to the bathroom and got so stoned before the movie, so
I agreed out. I puked in the bathroom at Harkins. I flushed it, but apparently I didn't. My friend said, "Who the fuck threw up?"
Oh, have you guys seen the trailer for Fool's Paradise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlie Day's director, right?
Yeah, Charlie Day writer director. It's like
I feel like it's either like surprisingly good or awful.
it's like very clearly inspired by like silent like Charlie Chaplin, like silent movie.
That's what he said in an
And
interview.
it's super it looks real like I think it's going to be very entertaining. What
You
else
should
is
toss the guy.
guy. Did you guys send? Can I just check the email address you sent it to?
It's a horror film, A24 in the summer.
Oh,
I saw it at Sunday.
Sundance. Yep.
Yeah, the trailer came out for it.
And then whatever this Five Nights at Freddy's thing.
You didn't get it.
No. That's the right
Is it
thing.
in spam?
I'll try.
Brody Spend.
Sometimes
I put all mail, so I guess.
I was writing
Oh, it did go into my
last
spam.
night and I got
Did
to
it
like
come as a
an-
large lever?
No.
Sometimes it does, and I don't know why, because that was my name when I was like 14.
I like how the script's titled Apocalypse Lesbians 55.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm still waiting on Jacob's.
Oh, I sent it to you.
Maybe it's just. Did you spell you spelled it right?
Your Gmail?
Yeah.
Yeah, EMR434@NU.edu.
No. Can you send it to ERIK
Wait,
know.
check
Why I came back in
105
105
042?
042.
Yeah, at gmail.com.
Okay,
Thank you. Sorry.
awesome.
Do you want to read our Apocalypse Lesbian script?
I'm reading it now.
My Harry Styles fan fiction.
Somebody asked me if I wrote Harry Styles fan fiction for my creative writing class because it was called As It Was.
Ah,
I don't get it.
Because Harry Styles had a song called As It Was.
That is pretty fucking funny.
So
That was me.
as far as my script goes, I was writing last night and I came to like another big plot point, and I realized that like I need to rearrange some things. So like I stopped right there and I had to like go through and rearrange my beat by beat sheet
Yeah.
because I realized there's 1, 2, 3, 4 scenes that need to take place prior to the scene I started writing. I
Yeah.
was like, fuck. So I kind of backtracked. I edited my beat by beat. And the cool thing is that these 4 scenes, I know exactly what happens. I know
Mhm.
exactly what takes place. I know it needs to be done. I know it needs to be said and shown. It's just the actual writing process.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like these. I like did like an approximation. These scenes are probably gonna come out to like 25 pages total.
Mhm.
So then, because this scene that I was about to write is like right before the 3rd act. So I just kind of need to catch up with my own brain currently.
Yeah.
I don't know what version I have in the drive. Eric, do you just want me to send you this most recent one right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just because I was always like updating the drive. And I was like, I don't know which version is in there right
Yeah.
now.
Can I give you that email address?
Yours.
Because I can't access my school one on my phone.
Why not?
The stupid dual mobile thing.
Oh yeah.
How do you build your farm?
I build my farms.
Yeah.
Is this a joke or is this a question? Okay, I thought there was like gonna be a punchline. You get it?
ERIK.
I'm not ready.
I usually grade myself into Lego master building, and that takes a big toll on my farms. So that's kind of how I build definition through that. How about you?
I was hoping to seek some wisdom.
No.
You're a
I
master
like
builder? I was thinking about the Lego.
Eric's
movie.
like, no way.
I was like, wait, what's
Let me see
Yeah.
our cat.
Did I hear that?
Eric
ERIK 105
at Gmail.
042.
At
bad.
Gmail.
I'm
738.
73961.
At gmail.com.
Go Seahawks at Gmail.
Anyone?
Can you do at gmail@gmail.com? Like imagine like yeah, Jacob W10469. Go Seahawks.
Blows up full of email.
Uncut gems at gmail.com. Like that'd be so random.
GG.
Damn, these bitches down in Ohio now. Shit, bro.
Yeah,
Where in Ohio are you thinking?
I don't know, never looked up someone.
Well, Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Hey,
I'm from there.
Cleveland is really underrated, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love Cleveland. I think
The weather's always nice.
I've been in the Hall of Dude, so sick.
And I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the NFL Hall of Fame in the same
Oh,
day.
I'm,
It was
I'm go- I'm going to Canton in a few weeks after school's over.
Yeah, Canton's dope.
Been to Kings Island?
Well,
I mean, it's not really.
Dude, from Cleveland to Pittsburgh, it's like a 2 hour.
Is that where Silver Dollar City
Unless
is?
it's like a day trip.
Do you know
Like,
Silver Dollar
Like,
City?
how long is this
Doesn't
stand?
sound familiar.
No,
Well,
that place is
What are you thinking? Like,
But
it's a fever dream.
nah, that place, best theme park in
What is it?
Kings Island.
That's it.
like it's a very quick thing. Like, it's yeah. Oh, okay.
How do you?
Yeah, so in Cleveland,
I don't.
if it's Akron to
You don't?
No.
You just don't know. It's gone.
Dude, look at them. Look at these things.
So they're probably somewhere like over here,
it's like Columbus,
like,
but that's like a 4 hour drive.
On the
um,
peak press of my tricep workouts.
Just say that road
You
is
just hold
closed.
And then because I
20
naturally have very big arms, so like my forearms have always been
Sorry.
so on my tricep push downs or like if I'm doing tricep push ups, you just hold it and you flex the inner. It's fun. Mhm.
Three very different answers.
to the forearm question.
Yeah, earlier it was aggressive masturbation, then it was master Lego building.
Yeah,
I'm a master debater, dude.
Master debater.
Wow,
I
master
bait-
Lego
I bait
building.
people into thinking that I do forearms, but actually, I'm a
Oh, so
I'm gonna go with aggressive masturbation.
Jesus.
well, now we know the score.
But you have to like make sure.
I just
like,
over exaggerate and flare my forearms.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
can't favor one.
I flare my forearms out while
Yeah.
building Legos, of course.
Yeah.
No, I play lacrosse.
That's like a sexual innuendo.
Yeah. I'm a sack. Okay,
What do you play?
lacrosse.
Oh, nice.
I was
I'm
supposed
not
to
even-
play lacrosse in middle school. I was gonna be a midi.
Shut up.
Yeah, I played midfield for like a game or two last year and it wasn't bad.
You were just tanked after like 2 minutes. Like,
I'm out of shape now though. Season got cut. People.
Boo.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I would
So
play, bro.
who wants to join the women's lacrosse team?
I was.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll send you there.
People.
whoa. You're gonna what now? You're gonna what?
Because I'm working on my forearms, so you know, it's all.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just for the ball.
You're running.
Shit in the shit.
Breaking your knuckles on the helmet. Goodness
Look
gracious.
at you wear gloves.
What?
Beans.
No.
You know,
It's women's
Dude,
lacrosse.
someone's
Women's
trying
don't
to
wear
back
gloves.
into my
Men-
car,
men-
bro.
men wear gloves.
What kind of
Always
glove?
have-
I don't know, but it had one of
Yeah,
those
you're goggles. It's like quitting.
hinges on the back, you know? Talking about?
Yeah, for like toes.
Yeah,
I love.
I could tell because of where the spot is and how it looks.
Wait, did they just
Is that broomsticks?
What?
They just dipped?
Yeah, I didn't even see who did it.
Dude, I'm so
Dude,
sorry. Did it like
it just sucks because they only got it like 6 months.
I've seen it.
I went out there, the dude was gone. I was in the place for like 5 minutes.
Where were you?
I was just like getting food from like this Chinese store. Like it's literally next to the seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, this is the nastiest first line.
dude, it sucks.
Beans.
I'm really depressed about it, but it's fine. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I would be upset about it.
I can't file my insurance claim since like the car is so recent.
I'm not British. That's a lie.
Have you ever been Mexican?
Premiums.
I have had Mexican. No, I'm not.
Didn't they just say they were British?
I am British.
Are you Mexican? That's what I'm saying. Like, that was the
Have not had sometimes.
English breakfast.
British.
I think you need to-
British race.
Am I missing out? Where like when you're
I
going
don't know what they call themselves nowadays.
Shouldn't you have to look at
English.
Pass the road signs like "Welcome to Ohio"?
I don't know if y'all speak.
Because I think the first one I saw like
No,
speak what?
not
Like,
really.
speak the language.
I speak two other languages a little bit.
Sorry.
How much is a little bit? Like you could
But
get
when you
by
do
with
like
a
that,
Trump
promise you you're
there.
there.
No.
He was like,
I could probably communicate with like a small child.
Okay,
so like that's what-
But they're like.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
No, 5, 4, 5.
So you could get on by girl in the other country.
Yeah, with enough hand signal. Yes.
I mean,
You know they're going
Japanese
to
children
States.
go to grocery
The
store.
class pass it well.
Well, thankfully, I don't speak Japanese, so I'm not in that scenario.
What are the others got?
A little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Hebrew.
I mean, she didn't come.
Yeah.
Never mind. Fucking
Yeah.
Forget I said anything.
You say hello.
Hello.
It's literally hello. Yes. What is the shalom? Is that part of the Hebrew?
Shalom.
What is that?
What's up? Same shit.
Alright, there you go.
Just shalom.
It's fucked up. Why are you asking that? Right? What if he didn't want to tell you that?
No, I didn't mind.
Dude, you know what's fucked up? Today at work, I was like cooking something and I asked one of my coworkers, I'm like, do I look like a chef? He's like, you look like you would make sushi. And I'm like, the fuck?
Bro, what do you mean by that?
I work at a McDonald's. And
Where do you
like,
work?
you would make sushi.
Confusion.
I didn't know you worked at Habit.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I was just.
We should trade.
You see me?
trade. I'm quitting. I put my 2 weeks into it.
I'm gonna put my two
I heard that comment and I was just like, I'm done.
Fratelli's,
Which one do you work at?
the downtown one.
I
So
think
Fratelli's,
that one's the coolest one.
so Fratelli's used to be super dope. And then for some reason, the last like month, the owners have just been on some fucking kick. And they're basically just like taking away everything good about it.
Like
So
what?
so like we're no longer allowed to listen to music, which sucks because like when you're in the back in dish pit for 6 hours just cleaning dishes, like
Yeah.
we're usually allowed to listen to music. So we're not allowed to listen to music anymore, even once we're closed and like closing up and nobody's in there, not allowed to listen to music. We're not allowed to take food home anymore, which is like
That's some
I work at a
bull.
fucking restaurant and I make like 200 pizzas a day. I think I can make myself like a small 10-inch to take
Yeah.
home because I haven't eaten in 8 hours. And then what else? Oh, like the other thing that I really liked about the job was like if customers were being dicks to you, you were like allowed to like defend yourself. Now like you couldn't be like fuck you, kill yourself. Like you couldn't do any like crazy shit, but like
You can't do like custom.
but like no, but like if a customer was being an asshole, like you could defend yourself and be like,
Yeah.
all right, like I'm not gonna argue with you, like talk to my manager. But now they essentially want you to like
Kiss their ass.
kiss at like they're like in an email, they were like, you must apologize profusely if there was any complaint,
That's
like
crazy.
you need to give them free
It's
stuff,
not
which you need
shit's
to
bad review. Probably what they're doing, like changing shit just to make that they're doing progress.
couldn't care less.
Yeah.
So you're
It's
telling me is I could go ahead and just raise practice, you give me free booze.
yes, essentially. Yes, like if you guys want me to yeah, like start like come in and just cause a scene and we will have to give you free shit and like
Pizza
apologize.
so
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Essentially. And then like so now all the cool stuff is taken away. And now like every job has like good stuff and bad stuff. And now it's just the bad stuff. So it's like I worked a 12-hour shift
Yeah.
on Saturday and I walked away with $3 in tips. Because the managers take all our tips. That's the other thing.
It's time to put in your 2 weeks, bro.
I'm ready. We always like we'll put in time off requests and then not get them. And then they're like, well, that's why it's a request. And I'm like, my fucking grandma died. And they were like, well, like what day's the funeral? We'll give you that day off. And I'm like, I'm gonna be in Chicago like for a week. And they're like, you'll have to figure it out. And I'm like, you'll have to figure it out because I'm not showing up for my shifts.
For real.
Yeah, just like shitty stuff and they've been assholes, so a lot of us are quitting.
I feel like the food industry is just fucking cancer.
Oh, it is.
I'm hoping for 90.
I like the change with the Ryan character.
The what?
The Ryan character.
Oh, yeah,
Introducing him.
I
yeah.
like the part where we have the dragon in Pennsylvania.
That's so
just
funny,
fucking
actually, because
as
I just
fuck.
wrote another story about dragons.
No way.
I did.
Dude, dragons are low-key real, let's be honest.
What do you mean low key?
No.
No, like think about it. Every single culture has had stories about dragons.
So they must be real.
Think about it. Like, how do you think like some cultures be like, oh
Do you
yeah,
think they
if
were
the
trying to
Chinese had
test
dragons in their stories, we should put dragons in our stories. They
They
did
just
communication.
they just found bones and they're like, what's this big ass thing?
Yeah,
and
don't
then
you
it's like
think
it's a
maybe they were
dragon.
thinking
Yeah, but, like,
pterodactyl?
Don't you think it's kind of coincidental that they all have the same story about dragons though? Like,
Not really.
you know, does it breathe fire? Probably
There's
not,
like different
but,
kinds of dragons, I thought. Like the Chinese dragons like have arms, but then in other cultures the dragons don't have arms, they're like
Yeah, I thought
serpents.
there was only one type of dragon, one from like Shrek.
That should be the only dragon that matters.
Yeah. Remember like the
Okay.
dragon and what's the dragon's name?
Dragon.
That's her name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her and Donkey like have kids. Little donkey dragons.
You know, I do think there was probably at least one dragon out there before it died a horrible death because it was like killed by humans or something.
What kind of dragon?
I don't know, fat dragon.
A fat-
No, dragons don't actually eat
Like a
people.
dragon
It's a
that
common
rolls around more
misconception.
than it flies.
Now on to
Even if they're racist, why not?
If Mulan was real, that'd be crazy.
One is real, bro.
One was literally.
That's why they love dragons so much. Have you
Funny
ever
thing
seen
about Mulan is that the dude was super into Mulan when he thought he was another dude, and then got pissed when he found out it was a girl. And I think that's dope. And a lot of people look past that aspect of Mulan. Yeah, he was like, "You're a girl, god damn." Like, I think that's dope.
You got your
That's
medical exam done? Fuck. Now you're opening up.
Look, you can answer. Oh yeah, baby.
Is it worth the $4? No,
I'm just hungry.
I feel that.
You paid $4 for that?
$3.50.
I'm actually, no, I want to see if they have the sweet.
Do you remember what page you stopped on, Eric? Like from the last meeting?
30.
30? Okay. Really sure. Wait, you know just 30.
I think
Oh,
we
yeah.
finished a few things before that, but not much.
Mm.
This
Yeah. Jerky flavor.
one?
I just love when you've been on a car ride for a fat fucking minute and those beef jerkies so good. At least it didn't land on the
Don't move
floor.
your bag. Yeah, just put it back in your bag.
Just eat it off the bag.
Okay, wait. Which
I'm
one?
gonna open this door, bro. I'm not gonna get a fucking migraine. Hot beef jerky here and now. Fuck me.
Oh, this one he got like, oh yeah, he like passed out. So he did do the hospital.
Are you at the part where he's in the hospital?
That's where he left off at.
Read the party scene. I think it's different.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, fine. Don't listen to anything I have to say.
You can use my tips.
What?
What about the fact?
What, they don't take fives?
Don't take 5s.
$2.
They're for tips. It's for telling tips. My
The
God.
last 3 nights of work.
Yeah, come on.
Dude, you should be your sugar mama.
Thank you.
I've actually been paying for my friends like on campus a lot because I have so many dining dollars and transfers and everyone's like sugar mommy vibes.
Yeah, your sugar mommy over here. Shit.
I wish I could be a sugar mommy.
I wish I had a
Did I ever tell you about that one
I wish
girl
I was-
talking about that was at Home Depot? Dude, there was okay.
I got beef jerky, my heart beat up.
Over, over the summer, there was this mom who was buying spray paint in self checkout on Depot.
Okay.
And I was in the self checkout area. And if you scan spray paint at self checkout, it's gonna like freak out because it'd be like 18 or older to buy it.
Of course.
So she scans it, freaks out. I go over, I answer my birth date, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, like you're such a baby." And I knew this girl was a milk because she had a baby in her car. So I was like,
She just-
so I answered the date. I'm like, haha, yeah. And she's like, I like babies. And I was like, yeah. Folded, absolutely. I couldn't show your mom right there. She could pay for my college.
But you.
I missed
I'm
opportunity.
just staring at the mommy milkers
I was
the whole time.
I was just stuttering, bro. I don't know what to say.
They had it.
Folded. Fucking folded.
What did you get?
Oh, with Eric, with your script, when Mike is like, "I'm really sorry, I was really drunk. I was really drunk. I just," and then you say Mike is cut off by his mother hugging him.
Yeah.
Oh wait, never mind. No, I thought. Wait, because I feel
She
like
cuts his head off.
That's, yeah. Let's
Yeah.
put that in the script.
because Kate's the mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see? I want to see if you see Matthew. I want some of the tripping right here.
You what? I can't read it.
I'm really sorry. Right there, I was really drunk. Man, yeah, sure.
The dash is fucking you up?
No. Like this action.
Or just cut it out.
Well, I'm gonna see what he thinks, and then
So usually, I'm not obviously the god of script writing, so don't take my word for it. But I'm really sorry, blah blah blah. And then I would put the fuck is the 3 periods called?
Ellipses.
There you go, yeah. Throw that bitch there on the end. And then I'm saying his Mike is cut off by his mother hugging him to say that Mike's mother
I
hugs
thought
him.
ellipses were used for when someone's trailing wrong. Not for getting cut off.
Cut off is the dash.
Cut
and
off
then
is a
you-
dash,
And then
but
you
is it dash?
follow it by an action.
I think what tripped me out is because whenever I write when someone cuts another character off, I just go to the next dialogue than an action, unless something interrupts him that's not a human being.
So you're saying I should just cut the action?
I would say
Thank you.
move it to have
You're
Kate
welcome.
speak, and then like, "Are you okay?" And then the next thing is like
LOL.
Kate hugs him, or like I'm like, "Are you okay?" Kate holds him tight.
Yeah, I guess
In the
my
shirt.
concern is that you're explicitly saying she cuts him off, but you can express that without
The
saying
dialogue. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what. It's definitely more like a technical thing.
Especially if the dash is indicative of being cut off, you don't have to say that.
I don't know why that like caught my eye, but
And give him an aneurysm. Flu so.
Brain hernia.
You're violating the laws of script writing.
Have you guys heard about the Dracula?
Renfield.
I mean the Frankenstein.
oh
movie?
the
Keep getting.
you mean the Dracula movie? Like the
The
other ones?
We're talking about the Nosferatu.
Remember the Dracula? Remember the trailer we saw for that one Dracula?
I don't know why they.
Yeah, no, it's.
I guess you
Yeah.
can remake Nosferatu. It's not even that good to begin.
Are you about the like the Game of the Toro Frankenstein movie?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, with like Oscar Isaac and Garfield.
Cannot wait.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm a big Game of the Toro fan, though.
He's very hit or miss for me.
My friend like authorized that movie.
Your friend.
Not even my friend. Or, yeah, but the dude just hypes him as is like the greatest filmmaker of all time. So whenever I watch
I
his
wouldn't go that
stuff,
far.
I'm like, it just yeah. When someone overhypes something like that to me, it kind of just ruins the whole flavor, you know?
Top 3, tell me why is it bro?
I like
His next movie. Or his next movie. Do you know who Tommy Wiseau is?
heard of him.
Mitch, I know you gotta know who that is. You know, one like I've not hit her.
Oh, I can do it.
Oh, yeah, he's making a new movie. It's like a shark invading like Miami on land, chasing people and eating
Is
people
it
alive.
Big Shark?
That's fucking.
Yeah, I think it's
like
Shark. Yeah, Big Shark. Yeah.
Steroids.
Watch the trailer, dude. It's so ridiculous.
Wait, watch the whole-
Have you seen the trailer for it?
No,
Oh, it's ridiculous.
trying to watch good stuff.
This is good. This is cinema.
I love watching garbage. You can be like,
Very direct.
Jacob, do you want me to make notes?
If you want to, yeah.
I did not hit that. Stop
It's a
it.
boxer.
I did not hit that. I did not.
This one's gonna be the shark at this point.
This is like Sharknado.
It's
Cool,
called
yeah.
Big Shark. Are you serious?
It's a genius.
Catch me opening night.
No, that looks funny. That looks funny.
Great.
I watched all of Sharknado.
Why would you do this to yourself?
It was me and my family watched it together.
Oh, also, near the end of my script I'm writing, it's really bad grammatically and technically. So, just keep that in mind. Thanks to Zion distracting me when I was writing that. So, I'm gonna keep throwing you on the bus for that one.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just kind of dying.
Just throw a sweet part.
It's hard as fuck. Yeah.
Oh, for your montage, it looks like you have it in different like locations. Like he's waiting out the window, then he's driving. You have to still make sure you're able to do like interior car, this interior
Mhm.
boxes. So like even if it's montage, you have to do that side stuff. Just make sure you're able to do that.
Well, basically everything I put into it since like 4 weeks ago is trash.
That's fine too.
It's a whole month.
You know, it's better than Tommy Wiseau's.
You sure
That
about that?
matters.
Man,
Are you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Actually, I know. He's
Yeah.
I just got one. Got
like an IKEA table. Great note. Very helpful. It's very helpful for Eric.
Is he building it himself?
He says about piece in his room, going as far as to build a table to put him on top.
yeah, like I need to table. I get it.
I'm just clear.
No, it's just a funny comment.
What would
It's like that productive. It's a very curious question. Like,
Furnished
I
oak
can't-
wood
It'll make that up.
with a granite top. Mine from Moria. That's a Lord of
Jacob, the overall like umbrella comment I'm going to make is just
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
no, it's just that make sure that your characters aren't saying exactly what they're thinking. A lot of their lines feel very, very direct.
Mhm.
And hey, I'm not happy because of this, and this is going on, so then this is gonna happen.
Yeah. I had to fix that
Mhm.
first, yeah.
So like that's just like I
What
said.
part?
I just caught it on a few lines. There's here, I'll go through it again. I made one super specific note that is like it's super minor, but it's just something I caught because I know this takes place in the 90s and he says Molly was not a term in the 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like ecstasy or E or like just like look up different slang terms they use because Molly
Okay.
didn't become a slang term till like the
It's like, trust me, I know. I'm an avid Molly guy.
yeah, for sure you can tell. But then like hang on, let me find where the one line that I was like, oh, that's pretty on the nose.
I get what you're saying though. I know a lot of my dialogue is
Mhm.
some of it's just upfront.
I'm also very much the person when in the cases of depending on the screenplay, obviously different styles of dialogue work better, but I always find myself coming back to the fact that less is more and letting the environment and the actions take care of themselves and express it. 'Cause I mean, we're writing for a movie, you know what I mean? It's a visual piece. obviously if it's like an argument scene or like a very emotional portrayal, then we'll do a lot of dialogue, but like I'm trying to find the exact, I think it was like yeah, I remember when I was at the docks nervous.
Oh, it was
standing
that
up.
big pep talk.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
written good, well, absolutely. People don't speak that well though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that where it's
Yeah.
like I know how I would think of it in my head and how I would want to say it, but then I would be like, you got it, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like so just like shit like that.
Gotcha.
That doesn't mean take away from your writing abilities because we have that capability in this medium. But just something to like think about when you go back and read it. Be like, okay, like would this be said here to this extent? That's like my big overall comment.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, I've said it multiple times before. I think your story is really, really cool, and I love the progression of it, and I think it's very unique.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really do enjoy it.
Cool.
Cool, yeah,
Cool.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, agree.
Oh, you're just gonna like steal my ideas? Okay, yes. You should say exactly what I said. If I had one umbrella comment tonight.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We're supposed to be
Yeah.
we're supposed to be at the 40-page mark, right?
No. No, like it.
That's what I meant.
Hey,
Cool.
He's gonna be so pissed at me tomorrow.
As long as we have a rough draft done by next week Friday, we're okay.
Next week, Friday?
The 28th.
You're on a lot.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay.
That's like the distance I'm in my script. Actually, no, I'm
Tonight I'm
on.
going grind
Pages.
That's what I'm doing. I'm writing like
Let me
20.
see your page.
10 today, 10 tomorrow. If I space it out evenly, there's no possible way it won't get
You know,
done.
every time we have our meetings, I'm like, you know what? I got the information I need. I'm gonna go write some shit out, and I don't do it for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Bro,
I am on page 30.
I'm on page 55.
Jude wins, guys.
Yes.
Where are you at?
Honestly, the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
40. I don't know. How many pages do I have? 44. 44. 44.
Well, like I edited
Damn,
my
that's
entire
respect.
fucking thing and added
Yeah,
like
the real
15 pages
anti-heroes.
to what I had.
Which is grind stuff.
I like wrote 3 pages last night, and then I got to that argument.
Whoa.
Well, hear me
That
out.
is a lot.
Hear me out. I was writing. Got 3 pages in, and then that's when I started that scene, and I was like, this scene needs to take place way later. And then
That's how, dude. Literally, I wrote a shit ton. I was like on pace to get like 70 pages, and then I read what I had. I'm like, one, like dialogues up front. Two, this dialogue should be happening with someone else later in the script.
Yeah.
3, this should be like the last 10 minutes of my script.
Exactly.
And I'm like, let's just delete all of this.
No, I was like, this should be taking place in the last 25 minutes of
Yeah.
the movie. And so then I went back and took another hour. Like I said, adjusting my beat sheet, adjusting my
Yeah.
scene plate, and then at that point it was like
Nothing.
12:30.
I'm just laughing at
Yeah.
the script.
I mean, well, I
Mine,
changed. I don't know.
or is something
no, I
else?
didn't say that.
Well, I want to know.
Are you laughing at mine because I have like
I just, every time I read the Eat Sam outline, I just
Oh.
laugh.
I changed the story how like
East, but
remember
you
the
East.
flashback.
She
where it was,
eats Sam out.
like in the studio.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And he said it was some other dude. I changed where it's like actually him, but he described it as if it was someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I'm
also
fucking melting
the dude, like the boss,
Mhm.
he doesn't like he discovers the trumpet later
Mm.
when he walked at the end.
Yeah.
So, this
I
is weird.
really liked Boyle's dialogue.
Do you? Okay.
He's like funny.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's just me though.
I've had like I don't know. I feel like he's supposed to be like weird,
Yeah.
but like kind of like scary, like intimidating.
unsettling.
Yeah, bro, like you can see like a guy like you would love to have like a drink with, but at the same time, like if you find out who he actually is, like you don't want to be like.
I have a lot of friends like that. And it's like I know you
This guy right here.
where I'm like, yeah, I'll get a beer with you, but like through that, I don't really want to hang. Like I don't
wanna know what you're from.
Yeah, like I don't know what you're gonna do
Yeah,
next. So I'm
yeah.
gonna
That's what I'm trying to make him in a sense. Like, yeah, I'm not a bad person. You can trust me, but also I'll kill
I'll
you.
fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I hope Shinji sees that part where I just stared directly.
Just stare at the camera for like 10
Yeah.
minutes. It's like intimidator. I don't think she watches the videos.
Oh, she watches them.
You think so?
I send them every week.
Want to know how I know she watches them?
Every
And
Tuesday.
she's probably gonna hear this and she's gonna laugh because
Yeah.
do you know Lainey Derschlag?
Yeah.
You know Lainey. She was in her meeting for this class and decided it was a really, really good time to start sharing what she believed Shinyi's shortcomings were as a professor. And then whoever was recording was like, hey, we're in session. And she was like, that's just my opinion. And yeah, so then Shingi like responded with like in like an email or like told her something. I forget what happened, but that's how I know she watches these. I think that's really funny. I love you, Shingi.
That's great.
Maybe that's why you don't talk shit about your professors.
What's up? Okay. How much did you change for your second version?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, what was the last time you read it? Huh, Eric?
Oh, so he did have a new script in the drive.
Mitchell?
Yes.
I just-
Jude said, "Oh no, that was last week, so I didn't read it."
That's what I heard too, yeah.
You read it too, but yeah.
Do you want me to put the new version in the drive? Well, last time I sent it in the drive, I said, hey guys, new version in the drive, and not a single person responded. So I thought, you know what,
Where
maybe
did
I'll
you
just
say that?
in the email thread that we use all the
I
time.
think.
Okay.
Oh, isn't that? I'm not been in this class. I just since you guys are begging me, put the new version in.
Oh, was it when you were like got all of Act 1 uploaded for y'all?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm better than looking at it.
I'm bad, dude. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Feels bad, man.
You see, like, just like flexing. He was like this. He just like
Eyes twitching.
like everyone.
Okay, there we go. Oh, I almost just uploaded like 8 files.
How many pages do you think Jackson has?
I know Jackson is struggling. I know he has it like a good amount
I
done.
said
but
like 240 pages.
200. Sorry.
Okay, so this one's called script cxpl-I'm trying.pdf.
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, you want to tell Zion why he said CXPO?
Oh, so
He was there last week.
CXPL is like a complete placeholder. I literally
Sex pill.
I do not have a title for this, but when you read it, it can kind of come off like sex pill, sex appeal, sex pill. They also take drugs. I don't know. Maybe I'll use something.
Substitutes.
Yeah,
Sounds
I don't
just
know.
like it.
Maybe I'll use
Yeah.
something like I need to. If you guys can come up with a dope title for this, let me know.
Eyes
I'm
wide
I
shut.
can't come up with a title for
that could
mine.
work.
I think CXPL works. You know,
Yeah,
maybe,
I
Shut
kinda like
wide.
maybe it's like some chemistry board in an alternate universe.
Ooh, yeah, and then I can when he takes the drugs, they'll be like, yeah, take this CXPL.
What the fuck is CXPL? That
Yeah,
shit's
and then
some
that'll
periodic
because then
table.
they can say the title in the
And
movie,
then-
and everybody will be like,
Oh,
He explodes. Yep.
Roll credits.
me when I have my song called Flow in the script. Oh,
and you'll definitely be able to see the point where I was like, uh-oh, because then there's just a bunch of scenes.
it turns off.
And I just write in one sentence what happens in that scene, and then I go to the next one. It's like boss, and then it's like he argues and manipulates her, and then it's like next scene. You'll definitely see it. Would love, yeah, would love some comments or criticism or hate. You know,
I will
like
read
that
through
too.
the whole thing at another time.
That's fine.
Where did you? What's new?
Go to page 26.
Okay.
IB.
I also am very much aware that the way I write my scripts is my first draft is like bare minimum not good. Like I just get the story out and my point across, and then I'll go back and I'll edit it, and then I'll go back and I'll edit the dialogue, then I'll go back and break my paragraphs up. So like what you're reading is like
Your best possible writing.
yes, the best that you'll ever get at is no, this is like the pre-rough draft essentially. Like I write like 10 versions of each script. I need to like get my ideas out before I can make them good. So like I know a lot of my dialogue is like super straightforward and like their relationship is underdeveloped. I know in my head what their relationship is like on the paper, not translated.
I think also kind of what you were saying earlier. I feel like shorter scripts works for upfront dialogue.
Right.
So like, well, how many pages are you writing? Like you're shooting for?
95.
I mean, yeah, your dialogue still, I mean, write it to what you're liking, of course, make it as real as possible, but up front is kind of like the best way to do it in the sense it's only like an hour and a half to have a script, so.
Yeah. I would say if I could have like an ideal feature film time length for this movie, it would probably be like 2 hours on the dot. Because my other thing is that I also have a lot of description. When I at
Well,
least
write it for 2 hours.
my thing is that like I really like B-roll and long shots and sticking with characters and just kind of seeing how they function in their environment. Where it's like in the script, it'll be like he sits in his cubicle, period. But like in my mind, that's like a full like 2 minute like
Yeah,
his body language, the different cuts we get, the different shots. So it's like although the action is very straightforward and simple, there's like so
it's
much
like
that's
Top Field and Tar. His
yes,
script is like 40 pages, but the movie's 3 hours
For
long.
real?
Yeah.
yes.
In the scene we did for.
Remember when we found out Lydia Tarr wasn't a real person and all of us lost our fucking minds?
Like, what?
Yeah, I told you guys, and you're like, no, she's real. I'm like, no, she's not, guys.
Yeah.
I looked it up. And
Yeah,
we're
people
like,
made like
"It's
fake.
real."
Yeah, they like
It's
literally
so
like
funny.
made this human
like a whole
being, and that's so
meme.
Like,
crazy.
Letterboxd and the reviews was like, guys, I had Lydia Tarr as a professor, and this is not what she was.
Like I saw this thing, it was like on Twitter, and it's like breaking news: Lydia Tarr was shot and killed. And
No!
it was so funny. Dude. Yeah, absolute icon, inspo legend. Do you know what Tar's about?
Yeah, it's about
Okay.
Lydia Tarr.
Well, like the actual like story though, like
Dude, I don't know the fucking
You know,
story.
okay.
Like she's a composer. What do you like? What do you
She's
mean?
like a shitty person.
I want you guys going in like blind as possible. You guys watched it.
Okay.
Well, I watched it.
You did watch it.
I saw it in theaters with my roommate.
Oh, then you do know the story then.
No, I don't.
What? Were you confused?
Yeah, like
Really?
Well, like I know what.
When I see
Happy
movies,
for
I
her.
just kind of look at the screen.
Okay, so pretty much what it's about is kind of like how
Like this the whole time.
she prides herself into telling her students that we should always separate the art from the artist. It's like the huge theme, the art from the artist and whatnot. And it turns out like she's a high prolific like musician, whatever, or maestro. And she in a sense, like the story, she's accused of sexually grooming, or just grooming. I don't want to say sexually grooming, just grooming
He
the
just wanted
student
the
that
sex
she
part.
had, and who eventually killed herself because of an opportunity that was wasted because of the guitar. And that's the whole thing is about this accusation and like how it's spiraling her own success into like ruin. And like I think it's very interesting. You're like, oh, like, this is what it's about. Like separate the art from the artist. Like you're only see that in film. So it's very interesting to see how it like turns out.
I think
That
that
helped.
I don't know. I think that you shouldn't groom people.
Yeah.
You shouldn't what?
I don't think you should groom people. I think it's
Yeah,
bad.
I think it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it very much. That's just my.
not a big fan.
I'm not trying to like start a controversy here, but I think it's bad.
That's it's like being in my peer literature class.
Phobia is not good. They're like
Trans
That
people.
one.
They work much.
Homophobia is bad.
someone's gonna say good.
I can't believe that people have to go through this in real life.
Come on.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
I could, yeah. I love the savior complex that I continually see throughout college and institutionalized education. The savior complexes, the white savior, the straight
listening?
savior, the sober savior. No, I hope because Shinji, I know Shinji will agree with me. It's like I said, white savior, sober savior, straight savior. It's
That's so neat.
I totally understand your pain. It's
Yeah.
okay to say that you
I
don't
relate.
understand. Like it's okay to say that you don't understand and
Okay.
just to like sit down and listen and learn.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck we're talking about, but I'm here.
I so relate. Like my dog, he's gay too.
And like
He
I've
has
had
a
to deal
hard
with that
time
my
with
whole
the
life.
dog part,
Yeah.
you know?
I get
He
it.
doesn't hump people. He gets humped.
Yeah.
Do you think he gives consent? No.
Living ass means much more to him.
I've struggled with
Me
addiction
and my dog is low key gay.
for a long time.
He just gets
I
humped.
tried to stop playing video
Assert your
games.
dominance, bro. Come on, like let's go.
My cat is
What are you reading?
What?
What are you reading?
What am I reading?
Yeah, it's pretty much-
Right now I'm reading this text
So
message.
shit. Yeah.
Check this
We can
out.
role play with it.
Nice. Pretty sick,
Good
right?
thing it's brown.
CNC.
Special non-consent.
Hey.
You know that?
Yeah.
What do you mean you know that?
See, look, she's like a person. Why does she have elbows?
Why the fuck do you know that? There's a joke that I made about that. Because we're like, because we were talking about it like a script to write. My brother was like, "Oh, CNC." I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And he
I
told
love
us.
that song.
And then he's like, "I don't watch that."
He raised his hand.
You know,
I'm American.
Did someone say they didn't know that cats had elbows?
no,
Well, like, no, because
I didn't know cats had
My
hooks on
cat-
penises though. That blew me away.
Why are you
She
looking
looks
at cat
like a
penises?
person.
Read a
Why
cat
is she
book.
sitting like that?
Mine.
That's all. I don't know. That was pretty normal.
No, okay,
Yeah,
hang on.
tweak
I
it.
have.
Maybe I
puma.
Explain this.
That's bipedal, bro. Those are hands and feet. That's,
That's a dude, man. He's a dude.
that's a person. Holy shit.
This is called flow now.
Okay, I'll be back. I gotta wash my face. I'm about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you, Eric.
It's in the door.
Josh right now.
Let the poor go.
What about pause that?
Eyes roll back. Do you think you could knock somebody out with one punch?
Oh my gosh, I'm asking that question, Zion.
Did you see that right hook?
Yeah,
That
you
was
was
nasty.
Zion.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I've never tried.
Well, I hope.
Maybe
Do
I
you want to try?
You're 21.
Yeah.
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 We could go out to the bars and then we could figure it out.
Yeah.
It's the best time to do it.
Actually, it'd be better if you're younger so that they get in more trouble.
Yeah. Well, I'm like fresh 21.
Oh, you're fresh 21?
I turned 5 months ago.
Fresh.
Your brother,
You're gonna say
pretty
that too,
recent.
Kyle.
My
No, I'm not
brother,
good.
my brother, so we're watching Get Out at my place. My brother's like, "Oh, like I just recently saw that." I'm like, "Oh, really? Like I've been trying to find on the streaming service. Like, when did you watch this?" And he's like, "Oh, like not too long ago." And I'm like, "When?" He's like, "Oh, with my buddy Honor, like went back home in Tucson." I'm like, "Dude, that was like a year ago." He's like, "Yeah, that's not too long ago." I'm like, "Dude, a lot can happen in a year. Like I got a kid in a year."
It's like
Like, yeah.
I just realized the other day that someone told me I was like talking about my birthday and they were like, "Oh, you're almost 22." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?" And that like really fucked me up.
the year
Yeah.
that
You turned 20 and you were like, "Let's hit the bars," and everybody was like, "What?"
When I turned 20, I had a crisis. I'm like, damn, I want to get married in like 5 years. I want to have kids between 5 and 10 more years.
You're crazy.
I'm like,
My bad.
"What?"
I'm not going to comment on your personal life decisions. I'm just saying that we are quite different.
Well, I want to get married when I'm like 25, 26. And
Okay.
have kids before I'm 30.
Okay.
Yeah. But that also just depends financially. And
You want to have kids?
Yeah, I have 3 kids.
Okay.
What? Do you want to kill every kid in the world or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Your kid?
Yeah, just like 90%. No, I
6 kids.
I really don't like kids. I also know that if I have a kid, I would just set the poor dude up for failure. Like,
Use them?
no, I mean, like, well, I mean, well, no, but like, I have so much wrong with me mentally and physically that, like, if I had a kid, also, I'm 5'7". Oh, I would hate to have my kid be like as short as I am. Like, it's so think about this.
Marry like a woman that's like 6 foot.
Oh, in my
Yeah.
dreams.
There you go.
No, but like let's say like I marry a woman and she's 5'5" and I'm 5'7". That kid's fucked height wise. And I feel terrible for that. It's gonna be fucked mentally.
Hold on.
I have terrible physical problems. What's up?
My mom's 4'11". And 5'10".
How tall is your dad?
The kid's got a fucking chance.
Oh, he might be 5'7".
4'11".
What's wrong with 5'7"? I don't think 5'7" short. I think 5'7" is a little
Average is 5'9".
Shut the fuck up. No way.
Yeah.
I thought it was 5'5".
No, average height in America for men is 5'9", and I'm 5'7".
Well,
On a good day.
still.
I think women's average is like
See, no, I think if a man's like 5'5", then I classify them as short.
I think Tom Holland is 5'5". And he's dating Zendaya, so like I still got guys for fun.
Tom Holland.
Dude, look up how tall Tom Cruise is. You'll be shocked.
Tom Cruise is short.
Dude, look how tall fucking Kevin Hart is. He's like 5'2".
Yeah, but also like we knew that. You know what I mean?
Tom Cruise is short.
Tom Cruise is I think like 5'6".
fault.
Call Tom Holland. Yeah, so I could easily kick the shit out of Tom
We
Holland.
said 5. I would kick the shit out of Tom Holland, let's be honest.
True. I could bench press Tom Holland.
Tom Cruise.
Tom
I think he's 5'7".
There's so many times.
They picked that up Tom Cruise. Yeah, me and Tom Cruise are the same guy.
Yeah, he's fine.
Like, cool.
Well, Cole Kim's a
Hi.
vampire, so let's get a
He's
review.
an hour.
Bitch, I'm Bobby with
I
the.
watched
I would say
versus the aliens.
He's a big motherfucker, I had no idea.
I'm saying. My friend gave it 1 star.
Your friend
6'4".
is wrong. Like, I'm sorry, but your opinion is incorrect.
Like, I think
That movie is
I thought
so.
that movie did something.
It's
to me.
like that, and then like Over the Hedge.
Wait,
And,
did you see the D&D movie?
I think
Not
it's 6'1".
Are you going to?
I hope so.
John David.
Do you
And he's 6'5".
have you seen you seen the movie Spirit?
I heard
Spirit
that
the Stallion.
Denzel's like 6'2".
Yeah.
John David's
That
like
is such an
5'9".
underrated animated movie.
I watched my
You
ex
can go
and
like
like
hit
you
again.
have to watch it.
Dude, watch it again, like as a thing, as an experience,
Okay,
even.
yeah,
That
as
movie
an
is so
experience.
good. Brother Bear, another banger.
Brother Bear.
Brother.
I never seen
Wow, that
Brother
just brought up
Bear.
some PTSD for me.
Brother.
I've seen so many funny movie TikToks lately. It's not even. Okay. I know you haven't seen the D&D movie, but check this out.
Okay.
Like goose.
Interesting.
It's so good. Have you seen Saw?
Denzel is 6'1".
Saw.
It's 5'9".
Saw?
Yes.
Fuck you.
Saw.
He was really tall. Elizabeth Debicki.
Fucking watch.
She was in Chinese girl.
I would watch it.
Yeah.
What do you
It's great.
6'3".
Movie. Who's 6'3"?
Elizabeth Debicki.
You say Lil Dicky?
Elizabeth Debicki. She was in Tenet. She was also in the Crown show.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
All
She's
classic.
pretty.
Have you seen
Australian.
I've seen Shang-Chi. I think it's a horrible movie.
Shang-Chi.
Horrible movie. She'll cry.
Do you know
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh.
no.
Michelle Yeoh is in there.
That's not the
You looked like Tim Robinson when you did that.
She's the mom in the Crazy Rich Asians.
You guys watch Barry?
I've seen Rocky Horror Picture Show.
What's
That's
that?
what I have.
Watch Barry, guys. Please.
No, I know Barry.
Please watch Barry.
Barry's very
I
good.
The final season is out.
I haven't seen the final season, but Barry
Are
is
you caught
good.
up though?
No.
Have you watched season 3?
I think I watched half of it. I think I
No, it's like fucking sign.
I'm like sweating.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, this is like,
Man, this story is kind of long.
10 pages. Come on. You're getting my computer died because of that.
How am I supposed to read it? Fucking spamming it, bro. You just read it out loud so everybody can hear it. We just read it out.
Eric.
Anyway.
who did
Because
that?
you weren't on screen, I can blame you.
Who
Was your
did
dad a
that?
DJ? You called your
There's no way, dude.
I like it.
Why?
44 pages? I'm on fucking 12.
I thought you said you read some of it.
I know. We restructured it.
Alright, well. Fuck you then.
Also, I'm probably gonna head out in like 15 minutes because I have to see if I left. Okay.
Alright,
I have to see
let's start actually doing our jobs.
Sounds
guys.
good, man.
I have to see if
At
my
least you showed
adapter is in the comm building, and then if it is, then I have to edit some shit.
Okay, wait, which one is yours?
What's
It's
up?
the new one.
It's the one that says I'm trying, yeah.
I'm trying.
I'm
This
trying.
is also say sex pills on it. Is it?
Yeah, it says sex pill on it.
I'm trying.
I am trying. I'm trying my hardest. I have a lot going on, guys.
Mhm.
And the
Manipulate
life
stuff, have sex
crisis.
with her, sneak out in middle of the night.
Yep. I told you, I was like, you're gonna definitely tell. But I have this, like, I know I could tell you like every little detail of what happens in the scene.
No.
So it's thoroughly thought. Oh, okay. Should I just leave it like that then? Have sex, sneak out, leave now.
That's how Call Me by Your Name was written. Not even kidding.
Have sex with guy.
The movie. There was one scene and it was just they make love.
Real. So real.
That's raw as fuck.
Yeah.
That's
Saying.
Fun.
Better not be wrong.
Guys, cut the audio.
You know how they did an icebreaker for Shaman and Army Hammer? So you know the scene where like
Peach.
Shaman like grabs Army Hammer's crotch?
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently they were like, right, that was the
Shaman's
first shot
movie?
they were getting from the movie.
Sorry.
And Luca was like,
That
all
whole
right,
movie is a case
it's
of
you guys
God.
comfortable?
Me,
Just like start making out.
me, damn it.
So they start making out, and like he's like, now roll on the floor. So they went or on the ground. They went on the ground, and everyone in the crew just left. And they had no idea they just kept making out, and then they realized everyone left. Yeah. So fun fact for the day. Guess it worked. Yeah. Yes. I mean, Henry eats people now too. So.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
thought that was like
bro.
a king name.
No, that's raw as fuck.
How is it a kink unless you've done it? You know?
Have you ever seen the messages that he sent?
No, yeah, it is. It is a legitimate kink, but it's
He was
so
flexing into a
illegal.
girl. That
It's like
ate
it's like
deer's
incest.
heart.
Like people have like incest kinks, but that's also
And then he
illegal,
wanted to
so,
cut
like,
off like her pinky toe and
That's
like,
not
keep it in his
foul.
pocket everywhere he went. Yeah, he's like, I want a piece of you wherever I go. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, like.
What about you just like left a
Smash.
Polaroid in his wallet?
Getting meat Schweppes in here.
Yeah, Army Hammer gave him meat sweat.
Alright, who has a fan? Next time we bring a
I
fan.
actually do have a fan that I can plug into a USB.
That's dope as fuck. We should bring that.
Our last meeting. For once.
Air conditioned. Nice. Would make for an awesome last meeting.
Yeah.
Are we gonna be okay? Let's talk about the last meeting.
Oh.
Y'all want to go to North Quad in our bikinis? Just fuck off.
We can bring water gun.
Recording here, Zion. It's not giving too many of our ideas.
But I'm saying we try to have our rough drafts.
Yes.
Even if they're
We're supposed to
cheap.
have a rough drafts done by then. So.
Yeah, but we should have it in the drive at least a day before,
Yeah.
like
So we're not
24
making
hours.
this shit.
Because I one time to read it before I want our final meeting to be like productive. You know?
Yeah.
I do too.
You don't call this productive?
No,
I'm not very productive right now because I have
pretty
nothing
damn
to offer
productive.
except
All right. Which scripture we talk about
garbage,
first?
10 pages.
I like I said, I'm gonna leave in like 15, so I would love if you guys could comment on mine, give
All
me
right.
some.
Still reading yours. So who wants to start with Mitch?
I just glanced upon it.
Okay.
So I will leave some detailed comments when I get the chance to read all of it.
Okay.
But I mean, like you said, I can kind of tell that it's just getting it out there.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're on a good track.
Thanks, dude.
As far I'm on page 24, and from what I've read so far, kind of what Jude's saying, I think it's like overwhelmingly good. That makes sense. I feel like you have a lot on there, and I feel like, especially with the descriptions, I feel like some of the descriptions you can kind of like break up a little bit. It might make your pages a little bit longer, but you can definitely break it up so it's like a novel.
Absolutely.
Also, I know I said this last time. I don't know if you fixed it or not, but like I feel like the beginning is just too redundant and like over long. So I think it's like 14 pages of just like the repetitiveness.
Right.
And like you're trying to get that across. But like I think there's a little bit more finesse that you can put into it. And I think you're capable of doing that. So maybe there's something there you can fix. But I mean I kinda like I do like how it's progressing and it's still very like fascinatingly vague.
Oh, thank you.
If that's the right words to say.
It's just it's funny that you say that because like obviously I had like my notes with Shin Yi and she said break up the giant paragraphs of description.
Yeah.
You don't have to be as descriptive, although it's good. And then she said something kind of on the same track as you, which was don't be so nice. She's like you are very, very descriptive, but it's almost to the point where we know too much. And she was like, so don't be afraid to like keep it more vague and don't play into expectations. Play with expectations is kind of what she said, which I very much like and would like to do, especially with the genre that I'm
Yeah,
going
that's
for.
kind of how I feel reading this, but like I still see like those descriptions and like especially the beginning where it's like I get it if you cut off a little bit of it and find a different way of expressing like that mundane, repetitive, boring piece of shit life he's having, it can get across the same way without spending so much effort into it. So, but yeah, I think you're doing good.
Thanks, bud. Eric, do you have anything to say?
I like how descriptive you are. I respect it, but I do think you should break up your chunks of action into more smaller lines.
Okay.
But that's just like a side note.
Yeah,
No,
like
no, it's hard
page,
for me to give story.
page
Just point out.
24. That's a big one.
Page
But it's broken up. I'm trying to remember the other
30
ones.
through 32 is
22.
33 is mostly action. And I think I like that, there is a lot of action. I don't think you should get rid of it, but I think you should break it up into smaller chunks.
Mhm.
Um, just so it
Maybe
doesn't
like
feel
squeak another dialogue.
like I'm reading a book.
Like shit or like
Yeah, I'm also like the type of person to just like, and maybe this is just like my director brain taking over instead of my script writing brain, because like instead of writing that, I would just say he curses indistinctly under his breath. So I would like say
just
that as
say
an
that in
action.
dialogues. Like
Exactly. And that's like what I struggle with, where I'm like, oh, he's mad. Like I can have him say something instead.
usually like that's how when I write. When I write, I'm on a roll and be like, oh, he mumbles under his breath.
Right.
And I'm like, wait, I should put that in dialogue.
Yeah, he's saying something, right? I do have a question though in regards to, I think it was last time or the time before that I explained to you guys that like I was including this whole like boss character that was gonna add that
Yeah, that was
exterior element, which I'm very much sticking with and I very much like.
Have you decided what you're gonna do for like the path?
Yeah.
Are you
So
gonna cut tongues and
oh no, as far as that goes, no. But like I know how I'm gonna do it. But right now, if you go into the drive, you'll see my beat by beat, and I rearranged the structure, like I said I was talking about that I did that last night. So all of my new beats are gonna be in bright red. And the placement I believe is pretty accurate right now. Um, so like the first one you'll see is like he suspects he's
Jesus?
yeah. He suspects he's being followed. So like this was when like I said like it'll add that kind of layer of paranoia where like the boss needs to find out more about him so he can manipulate him and get him under his wing.
Yeah.
So like he thinks he's being followed. At first it's just gonna kind of be a vague like, oh shit, what's that in my rear view? Then it's nothing. Um he sneaks home. I changed this up a little bit too. So when he initially comes out of the club that first time and he's like, what the fuck did I just experience? He's gonna check the time and it's gonna be like 3:50 in the morning. So he's not.
Write that down.
I have to see. I was writing that and I was like, I know someone's gonna interpret this the wrong way, and I know you did that dick. I didn't think it was not funny. Didn't laugh. Not funny. Didn't laugh. But so he sneaks home and like he kind of sneaks into bed. It's like 4:30. Stephanie wakes up at 6:30. So he barely gets any sleep. And like she's gonna kind of question him, like, oh, like I sent you a text at like midnight last night. You didn't respond. Like, what were you up to? That's where he kind of lies. And he's like, oh yeah, like I was working till they closed at 1 a.m. and like my phone had died. And that's when she's kind of like, yeah, okay, like whatever. But at that point, she's like very suspicious of him. Goes to work, feels like shit, looks like shit. Um, then when he leaves, and he like does nothing productive. And when he leaves work again, this is when he's like, okay, I think I'm fucking being followed. Like, it takes a couple exits, realizes he's being followed. And then this is like, I decided to break up that final argument I was talking about for two separate arguments because it starts out as Stephanie being very understanding and being like, what's going on? Like, you're not yourself. And then, like, this is where his, like, kind of manipulation and gaslighting starts to come out, where we kind of see his shift in character and, like, he's falling into this lifestyle and this type of person when in actuality, we know that's not who he is. So, this is when he's like, oh, yeah, like, I'm losing myself and, like, I don't know where to turn next. Like, I really need to, like, figure things out. And, like, this is again where we see Stephanie's, like, genuine kind heart of, like, oh, like that's okay, like I'm here for you if you need me. And so I'm gonna really play into like his gaslighting manipulation there. Then when they go to sleep, this is like another way that he manipulates her. That's when they have sex, and that's when like the impregnation happens. That like when he kills her later, or like when the boss kills Stephanie in the end, we find out that she was with child. This was like the occurrence. But like so then like that also gives him like she's like fast asleep and he's like, okay, cool, now I can sneak out. Sneaks out, club time. This is when he like really gets to know the boss and they just basically party all night and get fucked up. And he is like, oh, like I want you to be my whatever the fuck, like my colleague. and I know I can help you. And this is where he gives him that giant briefcase of money. And he's like, no, you don't have to waste your time at that fucking bullshit job. And like that's when the boss's manipulation comes in. Returns home. He never goes to work that day. He doesn't come home that night. That's when Stephanie's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like, no, don't worry, I got us all this money. And she's like, I don't even want to know where that's from. Like, you need to figure your shit out. And then that's when we get into the third act when he like really goes downhill. That's when the pact happens right at the beginning of the third act. And then he goes home, can't find Stephanie, goes back to the club, gets fucked up again, finds out that she was killed. So that's essentially the new play out of the story. If you guys have
Do
any
you have like
questions
a
or
very
concerns.
confident ending, or are you kind of just still like kind of
I know what needs to happen and I know how it's going to happen. It just needs to
get there?
just needs to get
Naturally.
there. Yeah. Like I said, he's gonna make this pact with the boss right after, he's
Yeah.
like you. And then oh yeah, it's also like right at the beginning of that third act that he has sex with the pretty girl. The pretty girl at the place. And then that's
the place.
the pretty girl. You knew exactly what I was
That's what's
talking about,
up.
and I think that's impressive. Sorry. And then he wakes up from that occurrence in the boss's office. And the boss is like, look at everything I've done for you. Like, you're finally living the life that you want. And he's like, dude, like, I don't know what happened the last 6 hours. And then that's when he's kind of forced into the pact. And then, yeah, so.
Yeah, I think you have a pretty good like roadmap to what you're
Yeah.
gonna do. I just think at the like since you know your ending, and this is kind of like how I am, like I know my ending too. But as I'm writing it, and maybe you might think the same thing, don't try to force that ending. Kind of just see where it goes, and if it might go somewhere else, maybe write like some like weird ass ending, like the most extreme ending you could possibly do, and then just be like, okay, how can I have that meet this? And you might create something like a better version of
I
it.
think that was what I ran into last night
Uh-huh.
when I was like, oh, then I was literally going off my beat sheet. I was like, all right, next beat.
Yeah,
And I was like,
ditch my beat
I
sheet.
was like,
I'm just going
this
with
doesn't,
characters.
this does not work here. I was like, if this happens, this screenplay is going to end in 10 pages. And I'm going to have a 45-page screen. Like, I was like, this is not. And so that's what
ditch the beat sheet and kind of just feel for your characters.
which is why I made all of these changes. But and then you can see at the end I wrote, this is gonna change. Steph dead, boss did it. This is all your fault combo with boss. Then James is like, I'm such a fuck person. Now I will suffer with everyone else the end. And then that's that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good gang.
All right,
Excellent.
Jude, Eric, who wants to go?
Me.
Okay,
Do you gotta do?
Yeah, I'm about to. I'm shutting down the pewter right now.
then shop, pack shop.
Shutting down pewter.
Mitch, do you want to say anything really quick to Jude about her script if you read it?
I again skimmed it. I want to read more into it. So I don't want to give any comments that I'm not fully confident in. But since it's in the drive, what I can do is I can read it and write notes right next to it. Yeah, I'll go like this and I'll write notes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a penis.
Easily.
Yeah, like his penis.
Is it maniacally laughing? Like,
Yeah, now all my jokes are just gonna be jabs at like little like one word comments in your script. LOL.
or it's like, oh, okay, man.
Absolutely.
This works, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like super backhanded.
Yes, this is good.
It's fine.
It's my writing or anything, but I guess it'll be okay. I guess I'll say something. I think that, like I said, I think your keyboard work in the beginning, and I like that. And
Yeah.
I think the inclusion of Ryan is very good. And I think kind of like how she loses the band. I think it's very cool. And I think emotionally.
Look at these pants. They keep coming. It's like it's penis. But yeah, they
Quit
keep-
showing me your cock, man.
Hey, Eric, check this out. No, but they're like button flies. They just like consistently come undone.
To the camera? Oh.
No, I'll delete it before the end of that part.
Eric's like, I'll edit this all out.
Cut the stream. Cut the stream.
You know.
Cut the stream. Cut the stream.
But
Oh, dude, it's that
I don't think she
Yeah.
cares.
But yeah, so I like.
I'll
how
be
you
sitting in
added
the
Ryan.
call with Shinny and I'll just be
I think also her losing the band and like how you
Does she not care?
that, it kind
like,
of
notice that.
The tree.
yeah, I think the audience
It's
kind of
fine.
gets
It's
more
not
of a
editing.
feeling
I'm gonna
of
edit
how
this. It's fine.
significant the card is. Like the band
After
is
we're
home,
pro
I
on
think
this laptop.
you reinforce that quite well. I told you, I feel like I don't know, that's just me, but like the road signs or like at least like a road map or like we're in this now. Like I feel like every single state that they're traveling through should have its own kind of like distinction, like footprint, you know? And instead of just being like a highway, because then it's gonna feel kind of like the way I feel of it, it's kind of like the drive. I don't know if you've ever done a drive from Arizona to Texas, but that, oh my God, that highway to New Mexico is so boring. You know,
There
like,
was like bumper to
but from nowhere too. Yeah, exactly. So like to make it fun, like make sure you add some things like you are. But that and I think also maybe it's just I don't know.
yeah, fresh air.
What's like because like I feel like it's like a joyride.
Yeah.
That's what I feel reading it. But like I see no like direct
what's
conflicts. Have you gotten
So,
there yet? Like, is there like some sort of
I'm
threat
really
coming?
tired.
Or is it just
I only got like
too
2 hours
much
of
of
sleep.
threat?
Well, like the people at the end
Like Frank, right?
where, yeah,
Yeah.
like that's gonna go very
Okay.
good.
Okay. Yeah, I just think it like maybe it may just be me reading it, but I think it takes a little too long
Mhm.
to get to that point because you're like 50 minutes in and now you're at like a serious threat to our characters.
Mhm.
So maybe you can shorten that or move it to a different part. I don't know, I believe in you.
Mhm.
That's just kind of but that's kind of how I feel. Besides that, I think it's really interesting. Like it's not like super like dark, but it's not super light. You know, and it sounds vague, but I kind of like how it's just kind of you can see both sides, like the beauty of this world being over, and kind of like the shit part of why this world's over. You know,
Mhm.
it's winterific.
That was a big word.
It's a word where it's beautiful and tragic at the same time.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's good. I agree. Yeah, I think all of our scripts are getting more interesting as the story progresses because we're starting to really see like the actual like story come to fruition, like
Mhm.
threats and like the climax of the second act.
Yeah, I have an analogy.
I said like the joyride to Mexico to Texas.
I was looking for another one.
Oh,
That one was boring.
it's kind of like
You're on record.
it's kind of like eating beef jerky. Like it's like sometimes like it's a little tough to chew, but once you like start like chewing on it, like it's not that bad. Like you're starting to understand the flavors of the jerky. So if you're able to like, I think that's what this class is all about. Just taking a bite in that jerky, chewing through and getting a little taste. How about that for now?
Some scripts
Wait,
are like the
Really?
Slim Jim, It's just like snap and you
Your
got it.
penis?
so he's crying. He's crying. It's
Guys,
so
it's because I'm so tired. I swear to God.
I'm done talking. Who else wants to
Okay.
talk about Jude's script?
I think it is so much better.
Dr. Fire.
So I
Fuck
think
you.
I think you're absolutely on the right track to like get to the end and like yeah. Yeah.
I think you've done such a great job making it a piece of shit.
No. I think yeah. You leave a lot of to interpretation. Not really interpretation, I guess, but like it's just like, yeah, two friends hanging out and I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. It's two friends hanging out as they become love. I'm so sorry. Oh, hold on. Let me get
That's not what the fuck you said.
let me get there by now.
Okay, even if you think of something, I think the dialogue's not better. It's not very sappy, where it's like also very upfront, where it's just like, "What's your name?" Sam. Tell me about your baggage. You know, tell me about your dirty laundry. I live in a van. I'm homeless. I'm also lesbian. Let's fall in love with each other.
They
Yeah,
have-
like it's not.
Yeah, they have like
Like
their
I feel
own
like at
established
first, it wasn't that bad, but at first it was very upfront to the point where it's just like you give me like a dictionary of your story. So now it feels like an actual.
Yeah, they get to experience things together. I think that's cool.
Yeah, so,
Fuck yeah.
Was that what you were
They get
thinking
to
of?
basically start over. Yeah. I can't think of metaphors.
Okay.
Metaphor doesn't work for my brain
I
when I'm
love
tired.
that.
I need to read it, honestly. But what I will say is anything that involves world building, what's the word? You're putting somebody in a situation which they have no control over.
Mhm.
Gosh, you have to understand why they're doing the things they are based on the world they live in. So like if you think about it, like, oh, well, I would normally do this. It's the apocalyptic world. How has that shaped their mindset?
Mhm.
And how are they going to approach things going forward?
Mhm.
Because sometimes, they might be like, oh, we're just gonna walk into this fucking store and like apocalyptic mindset, you'd be like, like, no, we're not just gonna pull up to some place at this point. Or just trust somebody right off the bat, or just how quickly you let people know information, especially that's sensitive, because they could easily spout bullshit to you just to get a
Or
different
just
goal.
leave, get up and leave, as if you guys are like, oh, I love this person. Oh, dip, I'm out. And just think about it.
Yeah, let's don't forget that the world shapes how they move about that world and how they think and how they interact with each other.
All right.
Well, if we're looking at the humans, just
The
think about
humans, who else are we looking at?
humans have shaped the earth, they've shaped the environment.
Dinosaurs have shaped the
So
earth.
I think to an
Dragons.
extent that what you said is true, but characters and their intentions can also shape the environment surrounding them. So on and so forth. Am I just spitting nonsense? I feel like I just spit.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. But it's like, I get
But you're wrong.
I feel like in a situation where it's human against nature, it's always nature in control. That makes sense. Nature controls the man's actions.
What if nature got control of the nuclear bomb?
That's still nature.
That's your next script.
There you go. Your next trip is humanity controlling nature in a world where nature controls nature.
Yeah. I watched Parasite for the first time,
Yeah.
and it took me forever to realize that
They're Korean.
Whoa, wait.
no,
Turns out.
You're not in China, what the fuck?
doesn't just stand for the poor family that sucks up off the fucking rich. But the rich people are a parasite of their own. Like they suck off of the.
They
Why do I keep saying suck off?
Suck up.
They they
They're just
leech
sucking
off
each
of
other
the
off.
poor. Wow, everyone's a parasite.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Cool ways.
Glad you got
I
that.
didn't even like the movie that much, but it made me think.
I'm just glad that you got to suck something off.
All right, Eric, your script. Who wants to start?
I haven't made barely any progress.
My biggest kind of concern about that is you need to get some sleep.
Yeah, I'll get some rest when I'm graduated and done with this
Are you a senior?
college. Yeah.
Hey, what are you? You're a sophomore. You're technically a senior.
What are you? You're.
My second year. My second year of college, Yeah. Already on my third level of screenwriting.
Me too, buddy.
Let's go. What's next? I don't know.
I'm on the wait list.
Be a manager?
No.
I'm on the manager for writers room.
Not to be mean, but
For UTB?
What?
for writers room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
well,
guys
at
are.
least it's in
You're
the
not in
to be a
UTB
manager.
this semester, huh?
It's not as freeing as you would think, but I hope you enjoy it.
Unless if
Yeah.
I'm the manager, I'll make you the best. I'll make you the next Aaron Sorkin.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's one of the screenwriters of all time.
I know Mitch kind of shit his pants over it. Who the fuck was the Tim, whatever dude he mentioned?
Burton?
He says to you,
Timothy Chalamet.
Fucking Tom.
I don't remember.
Oh,
Turner.
It was either was Tim or Tom.
What's the movie that Nickelodeon did with the dog, and it's about a guy on a train,
Bullet Train.
Hachi?
and it has Timmy in it.
Like Bullet Train. I thought it was.
Anyway,
thought-
sorry,
I thought
that's
that
the
movie-
track. My
I
bad.
thought that movie structure was so bad, that Bullet Train movie.
Oh, we're off topic. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, Eric, your script.
Well,
Who
what do
wants
you
to
have to
start?
say?
Who wants to start?
I got nothing.
Yeah, I guess I'll start.
I
Did you
hate-
rewrite the party?
No. I haven't rewritten anything.
Yeah, Slider.
I thought that you were.
Anyways, thank you.
Maybe I did, I just don't remember. I think I did.
Well, maybe you rewrote it last time and I didn't.
I think your script needs a break.
You need a fucking break.
I have some.
I mean like a break as in like it feels so like everything's happening so quickly.
Yeah,
It's
Everything,
so,
everywhere all at
okay.
once.
So like,
Whoa, whoa,
remember,
whoa.
remember how I mentioned how like it should be like a time jump after like he passes it or like he like, cuts himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, like there should be a time jump behind him at the hospital.
yeah,
Maybe either if you keep the hospital or after the hospital, there should be some sort of time because everything is happening at such a short amount of time that it feels like the audience, like myself, is not getting. Does that make sense?
yeah. Maybe they
I
should like
think-
show us
Give like a little breather. Where it's like 2 weeks later, or like you know.
Wait,
like,
is that really? I guess.
What-
I mean, it's one of two, but for me, I felt like I was overwhelmed because it's like all this is just stacking on top of our protagonist, and it's like
That's
no
the point.
To an extent, I do kind of want it to just be a bunch of shit happening.
Sure, yeah. Then if you keep doing it, then keep doing it. But there should be a point still, like going forward. There should be some sort
Where
of
he
part.
gets a break.
He gets a break because then the audience gets a
Because
break.
I'm not thinking like 2 weeks, but I'm thinking
Right?
like
No, yeah.
maybe
That was an example.
he gets to hang out with someone cool at
Right.
out
Or he
and
just
do,
has a
like, a
conversation with his sister
like
or
crack or
something that's yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
But
Is to suck somebody off.
yeah. There's got to be a point where the audience has to take in everything that you're conveying, like showing on the script.
Maybe he should have sex with somebody.
No, he's
Like-
a sad virgin loser. And I
Is he
want
a
it to stay
virgin?
that way.
How old is he?
Like 23.
And he's a virgin?
I've known y'all ever hear of incels? They exist, guys.
Ever heard of the 40-year-old virgin?
No,
That was a bad movie.
What?
I know I've heard
I
of
thought
it.
that
I'm
was
just,
fucking
I'm-
funny.
No. I kind of like the idea that he is not particularly able to be romantic.
you a loser, Eric?
Well, like this. I think you gotta be able to find a point where you as a writer can breathe, character can breathe, and the audience can absorb it from you.
Hmm.
So, but I mean, besides that, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting. Like I said, I think the party seems really cool. I think it's like super overwhelming in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like
He's
to
like, yeah, that's
see-
what I'm fucking.
See, I know.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
Just Mike chilling.
Just my.
I want to see Mike Lazowski
Second
in the Flash.
masturbation sequence of him.
Well, like him, like in his apartment, or like since like everyone's moving out, you know,
Did do
like him
Yeah.
just by himself, like
Yeah,
Masturbation in public.
I guess I could just yeah.
I mean, it's such a little bit you can do. That's not. It
I
would
guess
actually
it
goes
is
a
kind of
long way.
important to show him by his lonesome a lot.
Yeah, it would go a
But-
long way.
Does that include or not include the character of Guy? Like
Maybe it can be
Paul.
both.
Because when he's alone, he's seasick. So it's like you just I don't know.
Well, then maybe
Guy keeps him company.
maybe
He's
in the
kind
very
of a
beginning,
boss
before
like that.
Guy's introduced, he's by himself without a guy, and he's alone.
Alternatively, sorry, perhaps since he's with guys so much, if it's just them, he finds some sort of solitude in that.
You should
Mm.
fuck guy.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! I actually love that idea.
Well, okay, because
Yeah, sex is imaginary.
in Fight Club they should fuck. You know what I mean?
No, I do get what you mean. Like, holy shit.
So I think mom's.
That would be the most bonkers twist ever. Holy shit.
Bonkers. Crickets, that was bonkers.
And this whole meeting's just bollocks.
He's that lonely. Well, the wet dream about God. Come on. Come on. That's some shit.
Anyways,
Shitty.
anybody else have anything to say about
Right
that?
now.
I don't like that. We look back.
Just on something hot here, and y'all didn't want to say nothing. All right.
Think a little something.
If not, we'll jump right to yours. We don't have that much time left. Let's go on talk about yours.
Whatever. We'll talk about yours.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Is it 5:30 yet? Oh, I should probably start.
Not talking about yours.
I just gotta make sure I can download it in time before I dip out of the room. Also, I gotta remember to edit it because I threw my vape in the video. Oh well. Continue.
Oh, it's.
Yeah, we gotta talk about your story. Is there anything you want to say before we
Shit on my chest, guys.
All right, Eric, go.
Be honest, I don't feel comfortable giving you critique right now because I only skimmed it.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't get comfortable.
I don't feel comfortable talking about
It's
stories.
horrible.
No, I
Um,
just
Yes,
I love that. I'm gonna use that.
you should fuck whatever that noise was. That would make it so much better.
Oh, what?
how much sex is in your script?
Like
Be honest.
There's
He has sex
no
in
sex in the
yours.
script.
My
No male frontal
None at all.
nudity.
Sex is not part of my cinema.
Hey, you're like Tarantino for real.
So,
I was just talking about that
that guy.
just that, just
He
that.
does that random dude you see on the
guy.
street.
You know.
Never forget, he literally wrote himself a role where he gets this stuck on fucking Salma Hayek's feet and then cast himself in it.
Or the fact that he had, who was it, getting like raped in Pulp Fiction?
Oh, the big.
I never seen it.
You just said that
Yeah.
so long.
This is my cinema. He's over here putting a rape scene in Pulp Fiction. Like,
Yeah, but
Okay,
that's different.
Mr. Tarantino.
Sorry.
bring it back around.
Some people say it was the last great American movie.
What, Pulp Fiction?
And those people.
I don't
are
think
dead.
that's true.
I think Pulp Fiction sucks.
Have you ever heard of Nope?
Sorry, we're gonna.
Nope was fantastic, and I don't get the hate. I just don't think people got it.
I like
Why
Nope.
didn't it get any of
I think
That's the fucked up part.
it should have won sound.
It's because
That's it.
people are over Jordan Peele
I
and
really
they
like
think
the
he's
Bugs
lost.
Bunny sound
I
design.
feel like yes. I feel like everyone thought. I think everyone hyped up Nope to be like this horror film.
Yeah.
It's like an
that's the
adventure
problem.
film.
It's a
like,
sci-fi.
not-
It's like a Close Encounters.
It's sci-fi horror, but it feels like an adventure.
It's
film.
not
Yeah.
as horror as Get Out.
I see more like I think it's sci-fi western, but you know,
Well,
kiss my brains out, I guess. But
that was weird.
anyway, sorry.
It's
let me
good,
pull up
but-
your
Us is his best movie. Don't at me.
thing. It's-
What's up with the penis jokes?
It's getting hot in here, guys.
It's swamp.
But Us is his best movie. Who agrees?
Get Out's his best movie.
I like
It's
Nope.
literally why he won best original screenplay.
Wow.
Sorry.
I almost.
I mean, it is one of the best, most influential films of the decade.
Get Out, yes.
I have a question
But I like Us more.
about your screenplay.
Oh, I forgot we're talking about my script.
How big is the plot?
No, it's about average.
Big is your screenplay.
Above average screenplay.
I'm fucking
Close the door.
I'm guessing right now.
So when he was a kid, did he or did he not play the trumpet
He did play the trumpet.
before he stole the trumpet?
Oh no, he didn't. He was just so like infatuated by it. That's why like when he stole, he was like walking like.
Well, I just feel like maybe he should have played it like a little bit, like maybe in fourth grade he played it for a semester.
That's why he's so good. He just never played before, and all of a sudden he
Well,
rips one out.
Yeah,
It's kind of like when you want
can't-
something.
It's kind of
so
like me
bad.
touching the screenplay for a first time. Never read one before, and it was
You
just
should-
masterful.
You should start the movie with like a line, you know, it's like ever since I was born.
I've always wanted to be a jazz player.
I was dope. Yeah.
This is the beginning. You like jazz?
Yeah.
Well, I have an average size story to tell you.
Have you ever seen Pop Star Never Stop Popping?
I never knew.
Oh.
No, no, it's Ab Sandberg.
That's why we haven't seen it.
I think, you know, it doesn't really relate to your movie at all, except for music. But I do think your film could benefit from some comedy. Like,
That's what it is.
Yeah, I feel like. I mean, I
can't really critique it,
Maybe.
but okay.
Well, like I thought it was really funny when Boyle was like, "I'm gonna have to put bags back on your head."
Exactly, yeah. Like it's like situational in a sense where it's like it's not entirely a comedy, but there's some
Yeah.
points where it's like it'll
It's
make
funny.
you laugh in the sense
Kinda
that
like-
it's so uncomfortable.
Kind of like Parasite or something. Yeah.
It's actually really fun.
Yeah, that movie
You
made me
watched
laugh
it
so
again.
much. Last night I was crying.
Yeah.
When the guy's just pissing out in the street and they're all fighting in the water.
Should I put a penis joke in my movie?
Yes, I marked a few technical errors. Also.
Wow, I got chemical errors.
I'm an English teacher. I don't talk.
It's at the very end of the script. Fuck you. 'Cause I told you this. Okay.
Your syntax is all over the place. I don't even know what that.
You know what a syntax is?
Syntax is like how you use words,
Yeah.
like how you put sentences together.
like average story.
I thought that was
Story
grammar.
that's average.
Well, a little, but syntax is like part of grammar. Syntax and grammar go together.
So like an example of syntax
How
would
many
be
mom and
like.
dad?
Well, like that. So the syntax there is
Me. His mom is mine.
Syntax is a subdivision of grammar. Grammar comprises the entire system of rules for a language.
okay. That's what I thought.
Syntax. Syntax deals with the way that words are put together to form phrases, clauses. And
Wait. So letters put into words. Letters combined to make.
Words put into sentences.
I don't.
Grammar?
I don't understand this. What the fuck
Grammar.
is syntax?
Syntax is one of the rules of language.
Like it's kind of like the army. There's different branches, you know. They have their own like little system.
Yeah.
Army doesn't have different
There-
branches.
The military has the branch. My bad. That's a syntax. Example of syntax. Every time.
That's what we're really getting to.
That's
Anyway,
right. What's the technical error?
what do you gotta say about his thingy?
Oh.
What about my opinion?
You said silent instead of silence.
What part?
I don't know. Give me 5 seconds.
Have you ever seen Silence?
I have. It's long. But
Is
it's
it
really
good?
I think it's Scorsese's best movie.
You can
Middle
say
of
that.
page 19. Silent fills the air. Silence.
Maybe he just went and controlled G and stated it on
Maybe
purpose.
that's on purpose because
Yeah.
of thematically speaking, it's
Maybe his
Silence a
character's
person.
small.
the one person is silent, but the rest of the people are silenced.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you know,
Silence.
watch some movies, okay? Maybe if you know.
You.
Maybe if you didn't watch Mario and watch like something else. Like,
You
I
haven't watched
didn't
Mario yet?
I haven't watched Mario yet.
watch
I'll
it.
go see Mario.
Watch it.
Y'all missing out. Short
not
King
gonna be able to
Mario
download
battles
this.
after Chad
Y'all, I
Bowser.
mean, she. What's that? I don't remember it.
Maybe I'll go see
Watch-
Mario now.
Watch the movies on Monday.
Is 65 good? I want to watch 65.
65 is dog.
He fights dinos. How can it not be
Oh, is that-
good?
It's Eric's script like the guy.
You know what's a fucking awful movie that I have no idea how got good reviews is the Free Guy movie.
I forget to watch.
That movie made me want to
So
start.
lame.
Can you finish up your thing?
Done.
You're done?
It was just the silent.
It was just a technical, or as he put it, technical error.
Sounds like it's just a great script then.
Maybe I'll go see
I
it.
gotta say,
Dude, I'm gonna read it and write notes on it because I missed out on today.
Mhm.
I owe you.
I'm excited. Yeah. What'd you say you're gonna see? What?
Run fielding.
Is that good?
it's not really
I
the
loved
cheapest part of the
it.
question.
It was so
Yeah.
funny.
I like
You
Nicholas
feel
Holt, so I'm
that
gonna go
you
watch
understand
it. Holt.
The environment in which your character.
They're both named Nicholas?
Yeah.
Who did that?
Who did that for real? I don't know.
I've
Nicholas
only
Cage.
seen the other guy in the middle.
Kind of like I was mentioning to Jude, do you
Oh yeah,
understand
it was so funny with
world
the
he lives
the
in,
scene where he just
culture
gets
shapes
harassed by the
these
head
things
chef
and how they're
and he's
I don't read all the art. But it's just a part. And it's fun just moving
Yeah.
along with jazz. It's inventions.
Yeah.
And how like this is the new
Yeah.
like way
No,
of listening
I've
to
always
jazz.
been a
They're,
fan of
like, more
his
keen to
ever
it.
since like the X-Men movies.
So he's like, oh,
But
who is this? He's like,
Nobody likes
oh,
X-Men
oh.
anymore.
You know who this guy is? Like he's the best like
He's
saxophone player like in the goddamn like game.
you simply must be Josh.
And then he's just like, I'm
He's the
retired.
main guy in Warm Boss.
So like
Yeah.
stuff like that kind of shapes
did.
like
I need to watch that.
not like I guess like
Holy
J&T.
shit, Dave
I mean,
Franco.
it kind
I
of
love
like,
when Dave
he's
Franco
gonna, like,
dies. That movie does a great job with it.
Can't like
I don't remember shit about it.
just have him crew.
Never mind, I did that one.
No.
Trying his best to evolve.
No, it's thanks.
I say yeah.
What else is he in?
Nicholas Holt, The
Deadpool.
Menu,
Yeah.
Warm Bodies,
Yeah.
Wait,
X-Men
another-
movies.
How many Dracula movies are they making?
He was supposed to be in a lot of other big movies, but he
He
got
drops out all
dropped
the
out of
time.
them. Yeah, which ones he dropped out of?
Garfield.
Mission Impossible was one of them.
Yeah.
He dropped out of another really big one too. Oppenheimer, he dropped out of.
Nicholas Holt.
Yeah, there was a crap ton of movies. There was like
I
two
don't know
of them
why he does that to himself. He should be more wise.
because he thought Renfield would be better than Mission Impossible.
Well,
That's
I think
fucking
it is.
ridiculous to me. But respect. Makes sense.
You can probably
I
have
too would not want to be in a franchise.
No,
Uh,
franchises.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible is such a successful franchise